TG Tutorials.
I'm reliable. Hey guys, it's Matt here and welcome to another episode of TG Tutorials. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to clean your PowerJoy, which is not a euphemism. The PowerJoy is a clone console that I actually discussed with you guys over at Clone Corner, the new series that is on this channel. And if you saw that episode, you saw that I was having a bit of trouble with my game Dragon Ball Daimao Fukatsu, which actually means the Great Demon King Piccolo's Revival, or the Great Demon King's Revival. But the point is that game for the Famicom was giving me a little bit of trouble. So I actually had to clean the PowerJoy because the game had already been cleaned. So the game was not the problem. The problem was the PowerJoy. But before I show you guys the different methods to cleaning the game, let me show you what you need.
The first thing you'll need is your PowerJoy, which is roughly going for around $30 online. Depends on if you want it in box or not.
You're going to need rubbing alcohol and Q-tips. Alright, so now that you know what you need, let's cut to me showing you how to clean your PowerJoy. Okay guys, now it's time to start cleaning this baby, but before you do, remember to take the batteries out of this little cover right here. Now I kept the cover on though because of the fact that I don't want any alcohol getting in there, so I decided it's best to just keep the cover on but take the batteries out. The reason why, of course, is that you don't want to accidentally turn this on while you're cleaning it and then have it turn on, because it does have a function where it loads games from the inside, and I don't think it'll have any effect on that, but I mean, I still do not want to risk anything weird happening with that. So let's put this down. Let's get ourselves some Q-tips and alcohol, and let's get to work here. Now, some of you may remember how to do this from seeing my How to Clean SNES cartridges, but make sure to take your Q-tip / cut and swab. And I honestly, nope, that's depth perception. I'm looking at this through the camera's lens. You put that in there, and I tip this over, but of course I don't have a camera in hand usually, so I'm holding this with one hand and putting this in there with the other. Now, you could use the actual cap itself, but for me, I worry about it because at least for this specific alcohol that I have, the cap is really small, so I don't know if I'm getting enough in there. And of course, the tissues are here in case you think you get too much and you want to just dab it on here before actually putting it onto your console, your contacts right over here and all that stuff. So because I need two hands, I did do this off camera, and I'm just dabbing a little bit of this because I think I did put a little bit too much. Okay guys, so now let's get in here and let's do some of this. Now this is a different console than usual, obviously, as you guys can tell, so you don't want to go too hard in here because it's... Oh god, this hurts just a little bit because you can tell that this is already breaking off slightly. So another method that I am about to show you is actually cleaning a cartridge and then plugging it in here so that you can clean it out while the console just sits there, so you don't end up getting any kind of debris and stuff in there, because you obviously don't want to add any more gunk to the inside of this thing, especially because while you could use a screwdriver to open these up, it would be a bit harder to clean out that way. Okay guys, so I cleaned the cartridge off camera, and I assume all of you can guess what cartridge I will be using. Yes, the Dragon Ball cartridge that I've used on the show before, so this isn't a big surprise, but let's make sure to plug this baby in. Now remember, you have to plug it in this way, not this way, because the PowerJoy's contacts are flipped a little awkwardly, so it does make games, well, any game would fit in awkwardly, but definitely these Famicom games might look a little bit weird compared to what you'd be used to with a normal Famicom or other Famiclones. Alright guys, so it's in and it's clean. So we're going to wait for a little bit to, I guess I would say air dry, if you will. But yeah, make sure that when you clean the contacts of the cartridge, you can leave it in there, but definitely take it in and out if needed, because I'm not saying that you should let it sit in there for too long, but definitely a great way to try to clean out the contacts to make sure that your console is a-okay, because sometimes these things can get dirty over time, especially something like the PowerJoy, as I mentioned earlier, which its contacts are just left open, which is very, very awkward, and it's kind of a little bit hard to work with, I will say. A big oversight in the way the system was made. Alright, the game is in, so now it's time for what I'll be calling the moment of truth. Alright, will it work? And look at this, it works! Okay, that's something that I was really hoping for here, and it looks like it works. Well, I don't know what to say here because of how confused I am. I mean, I'm happy, but oh my god, I was extremely worried. So basically what I'll say to you guys is, while leaving it in there is good, sometimes you may have to look into trying to bend the cartridge or even bending the pins, which will be a different video entirely, but I'm just extremely happy that this thing worked. Oh, good God. Whew. Alright, and I want to thank you all for watching, and tune in next time for another episode of TG Tutorials. Alright, guys. I'm going to cut back to me now. Alright, guys, that about wraps up this episode of TG Tutorials. Thank you all so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and comment below if you need to ask me anything regarding the PowerJoy or cleaning it. So thank you all so much for watching, and please click on any of the video links or whatever else might be around me if it does interest you. Alright, guys, so take care, and see you next time for another episode of TG Tutorials. So, see ya.